Um, what's up, everybody? It's Tico Fantasy Show and MC on the mic, and we've united to make the Co-Bros. And I don't really know what we're doing here, except for the fact that we have a lot to say, and somebody needs to listen to it.
Think
I'm
that
gonna move. I'm gonna move up my monitor real quick.
move up Oh, am I where am I like in your room? Where like I understand your camera's probably here. Am I like here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are now, and I can come up a little higher. All right, there we go. Zero. Stand by.
What's oh so we got some doggy problems going on, clearly. We got a dog on the loose, dog running around while he's gone. Let me entertain you guys. Let me do a little whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa.
What are you doing? You're trying to pop and lock. You look like a
I'm
21-year-old that
entertaining. I'm
you look
entertaining.
you look like a 21-year-old who had his spine fused in the way you move.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty. I know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing,
That's a
but
bad thing. You look stiff. You gotta loosen it up, bro. You gotta
oh,
loosen
that is loose.
a
I can't do that.
wave.
I can't do that.
You
That's
can do that.
mm,
I'm going to tell you something. I
can't.
am in the process of changing lives, and it feels so damn good. I know this sounds ridiculous, but like, January came up and everybody does dry January, right? Nobody's drinking, nobody's smoking, everybody's trying to better themselves because they came in hard through the month of December. So I had a really good month of January in which I did. This is crazy, right? Like, because it seems so out there and like, why would you suffer so hard? But I woke up every morning before the sun came up, before I had coffee. I got in the cold plunge, 50 degrees, you know what it is. I got out of the cold plunge and then I would work out without taking a hot shower or anything. Let my body just naturally warm up. And then I wasn't drinking coffee till after I like went outside and got direct sunlight in my face. Then after the workout, I did a sauna. And the whole month, I basically ate lean proteins and like raw vegetables. And man, my body feels good. My soul feels good. My mind feels right. And I'm trying to share this with some people. And everybody's like, the cold water, the cold water, there's this and that. And I'm like, but there's so much science behind it.
Yeah.
I listen to some of these wonderful scientists and professors out there that are Andrew Huberman and Peter Attia. There's so many out there, but they all talk about the benefits of cold exposure, and there is no drug, black market or legal market, that will do what a cold plunge does in 3 minutes. 250%. I'm not a scientist, so don't quote me on that, but around 250% dopamine dump, which is the thing that makes you feel so fly. And then here's the thing: it doesn't, like, when you get a dopamine rush from an instance in life or a drug or however you obtain it, it only lasts for a little bit. When you get it from cold exposure, it lasts all day. And then delaying your caffeine intake until after your circadian rhythm has actually awoken by the sunlight gets rid of the afternoon caffeine crash around 2 or 3, so you
Yep.
don't need it. Anyways, my point is, I want to take your generation, I want to take my generation, I want to take the next older generation and introduce them to some of these things that are free. Like, cold showers are free,
Yeah.
sunlight is free. It's just
I
incredible if you commit to something, how much it can change you. This morning, my buddy Drew, I woke him up, and obviously I'm 3 hours earlier than him on the West Coast here. But I woke him and I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm about to get in the cold plunge. Go fill your bathtub up with ice." He did not want to do it. He did not want to do it, and he did it. And then afterwards, I was like, I'm going to get right into a workout. I'll keep you on FaceTime. I'll train you. We'll work out together if you want. He didn't, because he had a date with a guy that they were going to, work out together. So they already had that premeditated. But he thanked me and he said, "Hey, man, if you wouldn't have called and said, hey, just do it, I wouldn't have done it." And
no.
that's all it takes, because getting in the water and suffering for 3 minutes is nothing when you look at the spectrum of your day or your life or
Yeah.
the longevity, right? So there's this 20-year study out of like Sweden or Norway or something where 3 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, and 10 minutes 4 to 5 times a week in the sauna. So you're trying to go 11 minutes cold and 40 minutes in the sauna reduces your all cause mortality by 40%.
Mortality.
Bro, all causes just by getting in the water and getting in the heat and doing a 30-minute exercise. Literally, you're stopping yourself from dying.
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody won't do it, except for the fact we've become so comfortable. We love being comfortable, right? Warm temperature, comfortable chair, soft blanket on us, go to the cabinet. We have whatever snacks we want. Everything, we are consumers. Human beings have become opportunists of convenience, and that's all we want. And so, therefore, when everything is so convenient and so easy, the little things become hard. What somebody says on your YouTube video, what somebody comments on your Facebook, Instagram, or X page, you're like, oh, how am I going to go forward? I'm going to tell you how you're going to go forward. Challenge yourself, do difficult things, get in some cold water, and watch how your life opens up. Get off of people's comments online that don't matter and get into some reality that is some cold water dopamine dump, baby. Sorry for the
You don't
tangent,
even
man. I know we got a lot to talk about today. Let me make sure I'm recording. We are
you
recording,
don't even
right?
have to you don't even have to do all like I understand you do like the whole like cold like plunge and everything, but you don't got to do that. Like I'm a fan of cold showers. Cold showers I think is the best way to get into, getting into that, and it's a great way to start your day. You can hop in the shower and have a nice hot one, but the cold one, it's the suffering that you're talking about, and I don't know, I like taking the cold showers.
Dude, it's so important. And I love to hear you talk about it. And we should talk about it more and more as time goes on because it is free. It benefits you supremely, your mind and your physical form. And you're right. Like all you need is a shower. So what's the big deal if you take your hot shower, enjoy it for I don't care if it's 30 minutes, but those last 3 minutes, turn it all the way cold and stand there and then say to yourself, nothing in life is free. The 20 minutes I just spent in that hot shower, I must pay to the bank these 3 minutes of cold suffering to
Yep.
extend my life and extend my happiness. It's 100% worth it.
That's exactly what I do. I hop in there. I don't like to take very long showers. We don't like to waste water over here. But in the beginning, like when I'm actually washing myself, I'll go hot, and then for the last like 2 to 3 minutes, cold. I count it out in my head. I count to 120.
It's great, man. And you know what? It's so infectious that my son, Macklin is about to be 9 in April. On Sundays, he wants me to wake him up so he could get in the cold plunge outside before his soccer practice because he says it changes his mindset. And I'm like,
It does. It does.
but just to see a little person follow in the footsteps of a bigger
Awesome.
person, no matter how hard or how much you're suffering, should be exactly enough to prove to you, to anybody that's listening to this or watching this, we can all do it. It's so simple. Now, on my Instagram, I'd started a subscription thing. So people are signing on. I got like 15, 20 subscribers just this week, and I'm giving them meal plans. I'm giving them workouts. I'm giving them motivational advice, things that work for me. And I'm taking them through real time my cold plunges and different things where I just go live just to the subscribers, but I go live the whole time. I sit in there for 3 minutes and I go, watch me shake, watch me suffer, and watch me overcome and get through it and get past it. So the rest of my day is great. And I think it's going to have an effect on people, man. I mean, my intent here is to help folks. And I think that if I can do it, a lot of people are going to be grateful, just like I was. I just forced myself to jump off the boat and into the cold water, and now I can't stop it. We're whatever day it is in February now, halfway through February, and I'm cold plunged every day this year. I feel like a superstar, man. I feel the best I've ever felt. So
Awesome. That's awesome.
to health and beyond, I guess. Now
Well,
there's so much to talk about, bro. We got a Super Bowl. First of all, give it to me. I want your picks. I want your hopes. I want your what you expect to happen. I want your dream scenario. I want Kelsey going? Am I taking the bet of Travis asking Taylor to marry him at the end of the game on the field? Is that a long shot? Because the money, you could put a little money down, and if it does happen, you're going to win a whole lot. So, bro, tell me where it's at. You're the sports guy. You know the betting books. Talk to me.
So before the Super Bowl even starts, we got NFL honors on Thursday, which is where they like name the MVP, Rookie of the Year, and like all the other awards. So that's what people are talking about right now. It's a big week for football, huge week for football. You got the honors, you got players, you got teams that are already in the offseason trying to figure out what they're going to do for next year. You got the Super Bowl, you got coaches getting hired in new places. There's a lot of stuff going on. So
If you have to pick the honors, give me the top three honors. So what do you got? You got MVP, you got biggest comeback. I know is going to go to homie from
comeback player,
Buffalo.
you got MVP, comeback player of the year, and then you got basically rookie of the year.
Ooh, rookie of the year.
There's a lot of good. There's this one guy's named C.J. Stroud,
Oh
quarterback for the
yeah.
Texans.
Oh,
Very
bro,
good.
he is. He is.
Got
So,
it.
did you see Ray Lewis in
Yes,
disguise
yes,
outside the
yes,
stadium? He was like,
yes.
"Oh, CJ, you a bad boy," or something like that. And like
Yeah, yeah.
CJ stops and is like, "Wait a minute,
Who's that guy?
I thought that was Ray Lewis." Or what? Somebody says,
Yeah,
somebody goes,
yeah.
"Man, I thought that was Ray Lewis," and they kept walking. It was so good, man.
Hilarious. But yeah, he's gonna win rookie of the year probably. MVP is gonna be the guy who lost to Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, quarterback for
Absolutely
the
agree.
Ravens. He's a heavy favorite, minus 10,000. So that's you can't even get any more favorited than that. That's basically a known thing that he's going to be the
So you got
MVP.
to bet basically like $10,000 to win $1,000 on him.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
yeah. You're losing your money if you bet anything almost. Let's see, and
What
then
about the honors? Don't they do like a big honor, like a lifetime achievement type thing?
they do Man of the Year, which is they have a bunch of awards for like giving out to your community and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know the people who are the favorites for that. I should, but
What kind of sports guy are you, man?
I only know the favorites for like the actual like football categories, the ones that don't like the ones that have to do with like the actual game.
Yeah.
But Man of the Year, I think Patrick Mahomes is the favorite for Man of the Year. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought I heard something about that at the Super Bowl press
And
conferences.
now weigh in on this. Patrick Mahomes' dad seems to be in the news again. Here's Super Bowl week. This is a guy that's he's been in the news before, right? Tell me a little bit about the predicament that he's in, and do you think it's going to affect Patrick? Now, I'm the type of guy that thinks Patrick will rise up and take care of anything and everything and anybody and everybody. But what's your take on that?
Same thing. I think Patrick's going to overcome it because, at this point, I got to think he's used to it because it's his dad and his brother. They're constantly getting into trouble. And, he's got to deal with it. I feel bad for him. It's terrible. He shouldn't have to deal with this during the week of the Super Bowl. It's ridiculous. But that's the cards he was dealt. And I think he'll overcome it.
And then in other football news, of course, you can't leave Travis Kelsey's name out your mouth too long. And I want to just say all respect to Trav, man. The dude is handling the spotlight and all that comes with it superbly. Um, they said he was the creator and inventor of the fade. Did you hear this?
Yeah, he so people were asking about him. So they had the Super Bowl press conferences on Monday where they just ask all these players questions. And somebody comes up to him and he's like, Travis Kelsey, did you invent the fade? And he's like, no, I did not invent the fade. I did not invent the Travis. All I know is the Travis Kelsey haircut. I didn't invent anything.
Oh my goodness, because I'm just saying, shout out to South Florida because we've been getting that fade at Carl's Barbershop just off 595 for no joke, like 30 years, dog. I've been having a two and a high boy fade for a long time. I actually going to get faded up with that fine Travis Kelsey fade this Thursday at 10:30, so I can be right. Um,
Trying to grow
they
mine
asked,
out.
bro, you got locks of love. Well, I
I
don't
want to get
even.
I think I want to cut it short and then get like a mullet.
Bro, like what's dad's comedian he loves?
Theo.
Theo, man. Let's go
Yeah,
Theo
I love
Vaughn
him,
on
man.
it, bro. What are the chances I can get Theo Vaughn up on the Cobros podcast, man? We would love to talk to you, Theo. We are big fans, big
We would
supporters.
love.
And I love that some of the greatest minds in the world are sitting down with Theo at this point to talk some jazz. And he keeps it light and funny, but also incredibly wholesome and in depth. Um, I don't want to get off of football yet. There's so much football to talk about. Where's Jason Kelsey during the game? What is he doing? How hard is he going? And how many funnels of beer does my man take down before he even walks into the stadium? Be real. Tell me honestly, Where's Jason Kelsey and what the hell is he doing? Is he as ready to play in this game as his brother?
Definitely not. Right now he's in the greatest place in the world, Disney World, with his girls right now, going to all the parks because they had the Pro Bowl last week in Orlando. And so he said, "Oh, I've never been to a Pro Bowl before, but hey, after 15 years of playing football, let me go to it. It's in Orlando. I can take my daughters to Disney World." So he went to Orlando with his girls and they filmed it. It was really good to watch, actually. It was pretty funny. Well, I didn't know he has three little daughters.
Yeah, he's three baby girls, and if you haven't seen the Kelsey documentary on wherever it is, you got to watch it, man. Because I will be buying a Kelsey Philly jersey this year. Like that dude for me, really. And I know we've talked about this kind of before, but he's such an inspiration as a man. And he's 5 years younger than me, and to be able to look at a man younger than you and really be inspired by him, man, that's powerful. The Kelsey brothers are a movement, and everybody should pay attention. Anybody that's talking trash on these guys are missing the big message. And the big message is they're making the whole world stand up, Taylor Swift included. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, let me get back to Taylor for a second. So they asked Purdy if he's willing to upset Taylor Swift. And with a quickness, my man said yes. Now, no disrespect, Mr. Purdy. I don't think anybody should try to upset Taylor Swift. Okay. That feels like you're going
Army
against the
after
United
you.
States way, babe.
Got a militia coming after you if you upset Taylor Swift.
I mean, what are you going to do when the Swifties get after the NFL fans? There's so many Swifties out there. I'm sure they could wipe out a stadium of 100,000 angry football people. But I am so like this football game and Usher. Come on, man. Usher in Vegas. First of all, is this going to be the biggest Super Bowl of all Super Bowls ever? In the biggest, like, did you see the dome in Vegas has the helmets?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. The sphere,
I
the
would say
sphere,
we should fly to Vegas, except it's so much nicer to watch the game on your own TV.
and it's gonna get wild. People are saying that it's going to be the most watched Super Bowl of all time because of Taylor Swift's fans and the fact that it just every single year it's more watched. But it's gonna be by far the most watched Super Bowl of all time. And people are saying because it's in Las Vegas, it's gonna get wild. People are saying there's gonna be some crazy stuff that happens before, after, like big bad stuff, and people are actually kind of worrying about it. They're bumping up security and everything, and
Well,
it's
good. There's been a lot of unfortunate tragedies at large events. I think if any city can protect a major event, it's Las Vegas, and the police officers, the LVPD or whatever they're called, Las Vegas Police Department, and the other law offices or law of officials in the town. I don't know who they're going to call in or not going to call in, but I feel like Vegas can handle it if anybody. Let's bring out some of the mob bosses in Vegas, just stand them outside of places looking all serious with their suits on. People will just tighten up a little bit. Um, we should do some live work this week. I know you and I talked about calling a fight, which is Thursday night, Teofimo Lopez versus Jermaine Ortiz. Now, that fight is, I'm going to get you all pumped up that fight when we go into it. We'll start rolling, but Tico Fantasy Show, MC on the mic, will be live calling the fight Thursday night on ESPN. Join us. I would say we're probably going to be live on YouTube, possibly, but we will release those things both on your TikTok and all of our platforms so people can follow up. Now, in addition, we should go live for some pieces of the Super Bowl.
easier said than done.
Why? Why?
Super Bowl. I don't know what I'm doing for the Super Bowl yet. I still haven't figured out. I might be over here slamming some back for the Super Bowl, you know.
That's exactly the type of shit we want on this podcast. Us having a good time and hanging out. Listen, I'm going to be going live at some point, whether it's on Zoom with you or not. I'm going live at least for the halftime show. Got to go
Oh,
live
okay.
for the
Yeah.
halftime show. If I can call anything, it's an Usher performance. And I just want you to see my face when we get that wild cameo feature that nobody was expecting, that nobody ever heard of, and you're going to hear me lose my mind like Joe Rogan in the side of a UFC cage. I am going to lose it. I know in my heart he is going to feature somebody from the new kids and somebody from the old school kids. And I'm
100%.
excited for it, man. I'm pumped up. I don't watch a lot of football these days, but I keep up to it, and the Super Bowl, man, it never fails to entertain. So I am
It's the
jacked.
best.
on it, man.
And it's going to be like a home game for the 49ers. They got so many freaking fans out there because it's so close. It's right only a couple, not a couple, it's like 7 hours away, but still, these people are coming in flocks over there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge turnout. It's gonna be one while I'm sure the week's events. I mean, what is it? So today's what's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, they are, people are going hard in Vegas right now. People are just ramping up. They're easing into it. They're saying people are waking up in Vegas this morning going, you know what? It's Wednesday at, 11:30. We were out till 6:30 in the morning last night. Let's just go to the pool today, drink a couple gallons of margarita, and ease into bed by midnight tonight, stay fresh for the weekend because the weekend's going to take years off of your life, no doubt about it, but it'll be worth it, right? There's this Hunter S. Thompson quote, and I don't know how it goes, but it's about not ending life in this superb, perfect being of a body, instead sliding into your casket in a dust cloud of chaos because you lived so hard and so remarkably and so memorably, your body can't possibly tick another tock and you got to go to sleep. That is not the quote, but it goes something like that. The people in Vegas are going to be experiencing and channeling their inner Hunter S. Thompson. Now, as I was halfway through that rant, I thought, Tyler might not know who Hunter S. Thompson is.
No,
He
no idea.
is a what's called a gonzo journalist. I believe he passed away years ago now. There's a movie where Johnny Depp played him called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's Johnny
Oh,
Depp and Benicio
I didn't
del
know that.
Toro. That movie is based off an actual story that this journalist wrote. So shout out to
I know
Hunter
that.
S. Thompson. Rest in peace, champ. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm all over tangents today because I'm so excited to see your face. We got so much going on. What's happening on your end? What's new on the Tico Fantasy Show? Because we have not talked enough about what you got going on. I hear from people because people hit me up all the time. Yo, is this your brother talking about all these football guys? And I'm like, yes. And they're everybody is blown away by how educated you are, how well spoken. Not that you can't speak, but how well versed you are on the subject you're talking about. Tell me about Tico Fantasy Show. What's the latest?
Tico Fantasy Show is trying to expand a little bit. We're trying to not just talk about football. We're trying to talk about everything, like the Grammys that just happened this past weekend.
Oh boy.
I'm a big music guy. I love the Grammys. The
All
Grammys
right, so let's get into the
by
Grammys
far,
for a second. Give me your take on the Grammys. Lots of drama. Killer Mike got arrested. A lot. Tell
yeah,
me. Talk to me.
by far, best award show of the year. Like, there's nothing that compares to the Grammys. I'm sorry. I like the Oscars. I like the Golden Globes. I like all these other award shows, but nothing compares to the Grammys. They got great performances, great awards. I love it.
How
And
about my girl Miley Cyrus showing
oh
up?
my goodness, what a comeback!
Whoa.
What a
I've been a
comeback!
Miley fan for so long, man. My wife, too. We love us some Miley, man. But when Miley shows up and stomps her feet and goes to put it down on stage,
Dude,
it is remarkable, man. She
oh,
is
man.
diva of the. I can't get enough of it. What'd you think of that performance?
Memorable, bro. Everybody's gonna remember that. There's no way. She said before she did it, she said, "I'm not doing this for anybody else but myself. I'm doing this for me, and I want everybody to remember me. I don't care about what you think. I don't care about what he thinks. I don't care about what she thinks. I'm doing it for me." And I love that.
Goal Goal achieved, goal accomplished. It is inscribed in my memory and I'm taking it with me. Again, I'm looking for inspiration in my life in every angle right now. I got so many wonderful things just about to happen. I know that if I look to people like her, right, and I feel so inspired by her and I can transfer that inspiration to somebody else, I'm at the service of my common citizens of this country. I'm gonna help build each and every person up that I come in contact with. And it's people like Miley, it's people like Jason Kelsey. These people are motivating us right in front of our eyes. Allow it in. You know what I'm saying? Allow, whether it be me, Jason Kelsey, Taylor Swift, whoever, allow them to motivate you. There's a lot of beauty in this world. We're busy capitalizing on the BS and the negative. Let's drop that. Man, this is an exciting week. If a year needs to start off good, this is gonna be the way it starts off. 2024, we got a wowzer of a Super Bowl. We got some great fights coming up. We got just award shows. What's the next award show? Oscars?
Probably the Oscars. Yeah, the Oscars. Probably 2, 3 weeks from now, something like that. Award season's starting to come to an end. It's about
I
the
f-
end.
I feel like I should know more about when the award season is, but I don't. Let's get back to the Grammys for a second. Let's touch on Jelly Roll, my dude Jelly Roll, giving us all the inspiration, the acceptance speech of a lifetime. And Killer Mike, bro. I mean, talk to me about those two. You know, Killer Mike, like I just recently got in a Jelly Roll about a year ago, but Killer Mike, I've been listening to Run the Jewels for 15, 10 years. You know, like bro, him, Killer Mike and LP are my guys. Like if I could have them do every soundtrack for everything I ever directed or acted in my life, they'd be the people. But you get 3 Grammys and you get roped up. How does that happen?
Here's the problem. No, a lot of people from my generation, including me, don't know who he is. None of like a lot of people like Killer Mike went out there and won song of the year, performance of the year, album or rap album of the year, rap song of the year, and rap performance of the year. But still, he won all of those categories. And everybody my age is like, who's Killer Mike? Who is
Right.
this guy? I have no idea who this is. And because he was out here beating Travis Scott. Who else was nominated in that category? I don't know, but
A
Travis Scott,
bunch of headliners, man. And Travis Scott's a
yeah,
beast. So, you, you know, it's
he did a
almost
really
like watching Killer Mike at his age deliver the quality of art that he's delivering is it's not understood, I think, fully by what he's gained and what he's changed within the business, within the culture, within the music game. And so I think the younger generation doesn't know, but I urge you people, if you don't know Killer Mike and LP of Run the Jewels, I urge you to look into their music. Um, if you've ever seen have you ever seen the movie Baby Driver?
yeah.
They do
The,
the title track on that. Like
there
I
an
mean,
original one, or like it's only the new one, right?
it's the no.
It's like right. There's not an old one and a new one, right? Is
Oh
there
my
an old one and a
God,
new
you're
one?
killing me, bro. There might be an old one, but I don't know about it. I'm talking
Talking
about
about
the
the
new
new one
one.
though, right? Like 2017, probably
Bro,
2018.
this is the divide between these generations. Everything I bring up, you go, are you talking about the remake or the original?
That's funny. Ooh.
I'm
But you're
sweating
talking
and
about the one
crying.
with Augustus Waters. Is that his real life
With the
name?
one with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. That one.
Run the Jewels has
Great
a
movie.
song. I can't even play it because I'm using my phone up there. I got my computer going here. But anyways, listen, kids, 20 somethings, look up Run the Jewels, man. Get with the program. I love Travis Scott. I love all the new rappers. I'm a fan of hip hop through and through. It's in my blood. But you've got to know like where hip hop even came from, how it even exists, how gangster rap changed the game. There's none of these musicians, including Travis Scott, exist without guys like Killer Mike and Dr. Dre and Easy E and Take It Back and Back and Back. There's so many. So, man, they're just great. All right, Run the Jewels is great. Killer Mike solo is great. LP is next level beat maker and rapper. You got to check them out. And just drop it at that. Obviously, I'm passionate about them.
But what other? I'm a big Billie Eilish fan. I really like Billie Eilish. She won, I believe, Song of the Year or Record of the Year, one or the other, kind of the same category.
Yeah.
But she won that, and she has a great song that she did for Barbie. I like Olivia Rodrigo. She's cool, but she didn't really win anything, so that sucked. Small band Boy Genius. They're a new band on the scene. They won a bunch of Oscars in the daytime, not during the actual night show, but they won like 3 Oscars during the day. And
Grammys.
hmm?
Grammys, not Oscars.
Oh, damn it, bro.
um, yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of great music out there. The Grammys is always exciting. I know, you know, the people, the journalists that show up at the Grammys are, it's a big night for them. You know, my buddy Kevin Frazier was out there and he's just had some incredible interviews, man. There's just some incredible moments happening within that event. So I'm sure that is gonna travel right on to, you know, you have that party in LA this week. Everybody stays in LA because it's Vegas next week. It's gonna be a star-studded Super Bowl like never before. Like never before. It's gonna be gigantic. And
You also got to have 10 grand to get in. So it's pretty hard to not be famous and get in and go to this and be able to go to the Super Bowl.
They say I watched on the news yesterday. They said the average at home Super Bowl party, the person throwing the party will spend on average $84 per person showing up. Yeah. What?
That's a lot of chicken wings.
That's a lot of chicken wing. Listen, I don't put it past you. You might be an $84 chicken wing eater,
I might,
bro.
I might.
But $84 a person, that's like everybody's got to drink like a whole case of beer and eat a whole barbecue full of food and all the bags of chips
Yeah,
each.
and a cake.
I guess inflation, right? I guess so like chips are double and
Chicken wings,
everything's
dude. Chicken wings are expensive. Chicken wings, you go out to get some chicken wings, it's 25 bucks for freaking 10 wings. It's crazy. It's
you
some
know, I don't know what comedian said this, but during the pandemic there was like a chicken wing shortage at some point, and the comedian came on and he goes, "Wait, there's still eggs?" And why is there just a chicken wing shortage? There's still breasts and eggs and thighs, but the bird's born with no arms. He starts like going around like this. And he made a funny thing, and I'm not gonna make the joke, but he made it as like a racial thing, like they're trying to take the chicken wings away from people. It was really funny, but it was a good point. I'm like, is there a chicken wing shortage, or are the chicken farmers saying there's a chicken wing shortage? Like, what is really going on? I mean, well, we can't run out of food. There's places, there's farmers growing everywhere. Like, what is the deal? Every time I turn on the TV, there's a new documentary about how many chicken farms are going on and this and that. So I don't know how I got on chicken wings, man.
crazy how many chickens, how many chickens have to be like slaughtered for the Super Bowl? It's pretty crazy. It's
Listen,
two chicken wings each. I mean, eat 5 wings, 5 chickens. That's
but don't you
I don't know
think
if you want
those
to put that into that perspective, but
like do you ever think that maybe the chickens that give their lives for Super Bowl Sunday, just like the Christmas trees that give their lives for Christmas, are honored to do that?
probably they're serving their country.
They don't give a shit. They just want to live some more, man. Um, chickens.
Okay. Rip
All
the
I can
chicken.
picture is chickens running around with prosthetic little human arms right now. No, it's like little pterodactyl or little tyrannosaurus. Oh man. Well,
Uh,
we got a big week, man. I'm definitely bringing your ass with me. We got to figure out how we are going to air it live. The fight 7:30 Thursday on ESPN. Lopez versus Ortiz. Now this is a 10-year grudge match in the making. These guys fought in the Golden Gloves. Teofimo won that fight, but since then they have faced many of the same opponents. They've won and lost, and they have their different the guys that challenged one of them seem to not be such a challenge for the other guy. So
mm,
Teofimo Lopez has a lot to prove, even though it seems like he doesn't, because this guy he's been a world champion at two different weight levels. So he's coming in here fighting on ESPN. I think he has one defeat. And he's got something to prove because he's talking big game, big game about what he is and how he is the future of the sport and where it's going. And I'm with him, man. I'm a Teofimo Lopez fan, but the other guy,
is
Jermaine Ortiz, is no
is
joke.
this who was the one holding the book? And you sent me a video of like two. I think it was both of them
That's
talking. Which?
Teofimo Lopez. He was talking a little smack onto
Yeah,
another
yeah,
fighter that
yeah, yeah.
he had words with earlier. That's not the guy he's fighting, but I found that moment quite interesting and quite telling.
Yeah.
And it's not like those guys didn't know they were mic'd up. So everything that they were saying, keep in mind, was both real and authentic, but also not gonna ruin the chances of them earning a paycheck in a future fight, either with Top Rank or DAZN or whoever. So I just found it very powerful, and I love to see two fighters, whether they were feigning respect or really showing respect. I just like the intensity, that quiet intensity of how they like hold each other's gaze. He slowly puts the
Yeah.
book up over his mouth. Like that was a gangster scene in a movie to me. I found it cinematic.
I felt you disrespected me.
I
He said
mean,
something like that. He was like, I feel a little disrespected by what you just said to me.
yeah, yeah. And then he said something like, "Can you respect that?" And it was like,
Yeah.
what is the answer? How do I get this right or wrong? I don't even know what to say, man. It's intense. But that's why we're watching boxing Thursday night. That's why I'm gonna drag you through the gutter of my excitement. I've been wanting to call a fight for so long. I have a future where I could be like a ring announcer for boxing. I know boxing so well. I know the players so well, and I love the damn game. We'll see how it goes Thursday night. We'll see if I got any if I can keep my excitement under control long enough to get a full sentence out of my mouth. We'll see.
I'm just gonna be there. Oh, he punched him. Oh shit. Oh, it's bah. Oh.
You're
That's all
like
I do.
you're like when I used to spar in the gym and then like my buddies' girlfriends and stuff would come in and we'd be in the ring and then like
That's me.
you're just boxing and it's quiet and it's silent and then all of a sudden when somebody hits you hear from outside the ring, "Ah, oh," like
Oh.
yeah, like they react because it's wild to see somebody get punched in the face full blast in real life and not fall down, just keep on fighting, you know? And it
Yeah.
really is. It's when you hear the smack of a glove to a face, dude, it is a shocking. It almost is like as shocking as hearing a bullet leave a gun. It's such a powerful like you can hear the bones crunch sometimes. Like it's wild, man. So listen, needless to
I
say,
love watching fighting. I
I'm a
love it.
thorough boxing fan. We're going to have a good time watching that fight together. And then we'll see what Sunday brings. Maybe we will be announcing some football plays, maybe just a halftime show, maybe
I'll
nothing at
announce the
all,
halftime.
but we're going to deliver some kind of content. And I know you are going to have some fans waiting to hear from you, both before the Super Bowl and after the Super Bowl, I would assume. I know the Tico Fantasy Show is doing different things besides football, but let's not abandon what you're so good at. We want to hear you say some give us some intel, man. Give us some actionable intel. I want you picking bets, picking I want you being able to see previous to it happening interceptions. I want you to be able to tell me I want you to give me a point spread that's so accurate that I could have made $1 million. I want you to be that accurate because I believe in your know-how of the game of football that much. So no
Every
pressure, but the pressure is on.
every time I try guessing a game or every single Super Bowl I think I've ever predicted, I think I've gotten wrong.
All right. Well,
It's just they lead you on. They lead you on. They give you all this news. You see all this stuff on the players. You think this one thing. You're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what has to happen. And then the day comes around. A player gets hurt. Everything's thrown into whack. People are throwing interceptions. People are throwing touchdowns who haven't thrown touchdowns all year. Throwing touchdowns. There's backup QBs. Everything's going wild.
so here's the question. There's all these videos flying around. Oh, the game's fixed. This is who's going to win. This is who's that. The colors of the Super Bowl sign, blah, 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 this and that. Do you think the media flexes on the narrative of the Super Bowl to make the fans immediately from the jump feel like one team is going to win, even knowing subconsciously that most likely the other team's going to win, but they're going to keep pretending like, oh, this team, this team, this team. So everybody's like rooting for the underdog. Like how much do they doctor the narrative to make us feel certain things about this game? Because it's so emotional for so many.
They do a lot of doctoring. They don't really at the end of the day, all the media really cares about is views. They don't really care about what you think. They don't care about what he thinks. They care about what's going to get them the most views. And if they want to say that the 10-point underdog actually has a chance in this game and they want to make you believe that, they're going to make you believe that. And that's where a lot of fans get lost. Like me sometimes. Like I love rooting for the underdog. There's nothing I like more than rooting for the underdog. Every single playoff game this year, I was rooting for the underdog. And they all lost mostly.
What happens in this game? Who wins?
I'm sticking with my 49. I'm sticking with the
Now you're
49ers.
sticking with the 49ers, but are you sticking with the 49ers defensively to be better than the Chiefs or offensively to be better than the Chiefs?
Defensively, if they stop Patrick Mahomes on one drive or two, I'd be surprised. It's you can't stop Patrick Mahomes. It doesn't matter what defense you have. It doesn't matter who's out there, the best defense in the world. You can't stop Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to be offense versus offense. That's what I think we're getting here. And I'm hoping and praying that the 49ers offense is better than the Chiefs offense.
Call the score right now if you have to call it.
It's going to be a field goal. So 30. I don't know. Do I want 30-27 or do I want 33-30? I'm going to go with 30-27.
All right,
30-27 49ers.
I was in the 30s too. I
They're
feel
usually in
like
the 30s. That's usually where it ends up.
I want to go the higher 30s. So you'll go low 30s. So what is, let's
They're
see.
two good defenses. They are two good. They're two of the best defenses in the league. That's why I'm saying like 30-27. I do think they'll get a couple
I'm
stops.
going 35-38 Chiefs.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
35-38 Chiefs. That's
Two best teams in
seven
football.
touchdowns and a field goal, right? It's a
Something like
lot of
that.
scoring.
If you get 38-35, you're that's the two best teams in football. You're getting the best one of the best Super Bowls you've ever watched if you get that score.
And that's all we want, right? Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I want both of these teams to win. I want them both to have that chunky ring on their finger and both to go to Disney World and all that stuff. But more than I want both of them to win, I want a good game. I would love it to be I would love it to be one half of the game, most is scoring by one team, and then the other half to come back in the second half and have a big comeback, almost like the Niners Lions. Oh, what a heartbreak! What a
Yeah.
heartbreak, bro.
But that happened the last time the 49ers. So the 49ers and Chiefs played in the Super Bowl before 3 years ago, I think it was. And the 49ers went out there and got a good lead. I think it was 24-14. But by the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes came back and won it. So
Wow, they
that
just faced off 3 years ago.
probably three, maybe two.
Huh.
Last year you got Bengals, Rams. The year before, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's how I remember the
something
Super
like
Bowl
that. But that's wild, man, and that just amps up the game, man. I really am excited to see what happens, and I'm
rematch.
excited to see Usher. I'm excited to see Usher in all of us old dudes with our dance moves from our living rooms. Bro, loosen it up. It's got to
Can't
be
do that. I
loose.
don't know how you must be double jointed or something, bro. I can't do that.
Oh, I'm a loosey goosey, man, like this.
My
And
arms
then you
don't.
got to pop it.
No, I can't do that.
Me either. I don't know what I'm doing.
My arms
I can
don't do
only see it on a screen this big, so no matter what I do, looks cool. All right, let's get on with our day. Is there anything else we should talk about before we hop on another podcast? We'll probably hit another one Monday or so. What do you think?
Is there anything else happening in the world? Probably, but not that we know about.
There's a lot happening in the world and a lot that I don't want to talk about. The things we're talking about are all awesome. We're bettering ourselves. We're calling a fight Thursday night. We're watching the Super Bowl Sunday. Travis Kelce is likely not going to ask Taylor Swift to be his wife at the end of the game
Until he does.
until he does. How about this one? I got one for you. What are the odds Taylor Swift gets down on a knee and asks Travis Kelce to be our hubster?
I think there's a higher chance of that happening than him asking her.
I'm going to Vegas. I'm making that bet. Somebody's going to take it. What's a prop bet? What do they call them? Where they have a
Yeah,
bet for
that's a prop
everything?
bet. Yeah. Dude, she's
Um,
a powerful woman. I wouldn't be surprised if she did that. And if Taylor Swift's on a knee asking me to marry her, I'm saying yes, bro. That's not even a good.
she's so powerful that if she gets down on a knee and asks me to marry her, I'm taking a knee next to her out of respect. I don't want to stand above her. I mean, it's Taylor Swift, bro.
I'll get down on the
Yes.
floor.
Yes, Taylor. Just keep on being awesome. And we also need you to run for president. It's really important.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're done here, folks. I'm MC on the mic. That is the Tico Fantasy Show.
Sure.
Together, we are the M and Effin Cobros, and we're gonna have a lot of fun together. So tune in, subscribe, whatever you do, but don't miss any of our nonsense. All right. Bye,
Don't
people.
miss it. Yeehaw!